Hey everybody, I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but hey, get over it, I've been busy. Today I'm going to do a video on Warhammer Online Age of Reckoning because it's changed so much since it came out. When it first came out it was horrible. I actually had a pre-order of it and the game just ran so poorly that I couldn't even play it on my computer. But a lot's changed since then, so let's check it out. So here I'm picking up a quest and as you can see it's a lot like World of Warcraft, which, you know, you're going to compare this game to inevitably anyways, so let's just take the cat out of the bag and compare it directly. In my opinion, the flow of PvE character progression is a lot better in this game. You're constantly moving from new little like campsite with quest to campsite with quest, whereas in World of Warcraft it pretty much like you have one spot in a zone, and I don't know, it didn't feel as natural as it does in this. I like the quest menus a lot better. The tomb, for example, is it's like got a whole bunch of a wealth of knowledge in it, and it's very useful. Plus, it just looks cool because it's like a little booklet. Well, I wouldn't say little, but it looks like a nice big heavy-bound book, which I like. Like the tomb, another feature in the game that I really like is the map. It has just wonderful look to it, and it has some really nice tracking features, like it shows you where to go for the quests in a nice, easy to read manner. Public quests are probably my second favorite feature in this game. Basically, they're open-ended quests that you automatically become a part of when you walk into the area that the public quest takes place in. And anyone who involves themselves within the public quest and does the objectives of the 3 stages gets credit. Now, depending on how much they complete, they get more credit than others, and then that helps in their loot roll at the end. But what's fun about it is that it gets you playing with other people that you necessarily wouldn't do in PvE-based leveling stuff. Like normally in, like, say, World of Warcraft, when you're doing PvE leveling, you don't usually involve yourself with other people. It's pretty much solo. With the public quests, you need the aid of other people, but the rewards are worth it, so it's quite fun. And also, completing objectives earns you like a reputation increase for each objective you complete, and you have this little bar that fills up and has 3 tiers, and once you fill each tier, you can go back to a little quest hub town area for that public quest and trade in those reputation earns for like requests for rewards, basically. And they're pretty good rewards. You get equipment, sometimes you get potions, things like that. Some of the public quests you can solo, but I still wouldn't really recommend it. It's more fun with better people. On this character, for example, I did a burning windmill, and I happened to get the highest score with 2 other people, and I was awarded a orange piece of equipment, so that was pretty useful. I still actually am using that right now until I get to the rank where I can use you know, Decimator PvP piece of gear that I'm gonna get. But yeah, the public quests are great. And as you can see from this video, the graphics of the game are quite nice, better than World of Warcraft's in my opinion. Some people might like the cartoony style that World of Warcraft has more, but I don't know. This is still cartoony to me, while being a little bit higher quality cartoony, so I kind of prefer that. Scenarios are basically your battlegrounds in Warhammer Online. I've only played 2 of them so far and found both to be enjoyable. Also, it's easier to get the currency items for PvP gear that you get at the war camps and scenarios than it is in the realm versus realm areas. In this scenario, you have to capture the flag points and then hold them for resources. So it's basically Arathi Basin. Although I like the map in this game more than the one in Arathi Basin because there aren't as many points to capture, so it kind of feels more concentrated on the combat and the clashing, where, you know, you guys, like, and you'll see in this part here, I go over the bridge and then like it just becomes a all-out battle for this middle point. One of the nice things in this game with the PvP gameplay is that there are actually quests and objectives that you can turn in to get experience points, and when you kill enemies they give you experience points as well as renown points and loot. PvP also has an influence system like the public quests, and once you fill each bar you can claim rewards from the rally master at the war camps. So overall, Mythic has made it so that you can completely play only PvP or PvE or a combination of both, whichever you prefer. So they're giving the player the option to play the way that they want to play. Now I know, well, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that Blizzard has changed it so that now in World of Warcraft you can actually get experience for PvP stuff too, but it wasn't like that back when I used to play, and I'm pretty sure that that change recently occurred, you know, within the last year. I can't say for sure because I don't play that game anymore, but you get the idea. The PvP in Warhammer was always designed this way, and it's always been like that. I don't know, maybe because they started from the ground up with the idea of having it be PvP oriented and PvE oriented, that it just worked out better, but in the long run I think it has. Okay, so let's talk about RVR, Realm vs. Realm. First, for me, the name was deceiving. I initially thought that it meant I would be fighting against people on other servers. That's not the case. It just means fighting against an opposing faction. WoW has Alliance vs. Horde, Warhammer has Order vs. Destruction. Same difference, basically. Now, what RVR is in this game is what WoW players call open world objective-based PvP. Except that in Warhammer, it's actually fun and helpful when your side controls the RVR objective points. You get things like increased experience, points, renown, etc., etc. Now I know WoW has this, but for some reason no one ever really did it in World of Warcraft. At least not when I played. No one cared about those things. In Warhammer it's basically the meat and potatoes. There are always battles going on. What's more, you can open a panel and see the raid groups and join them quickly and easily. And like in the scenarios, enemies have loot. Often very good loot. I'm talking oranges, which are like the equivalent of purples, I guess, or maybe blues. No, because there's blues too. There's green, blue, orange. Yeah. The only negative thing that I've noticed, at least on the server that I chose, is that like WoW with the Horde in Warhammer, the destruction side has way more players, usually meaning us Order players get steamrolled. Oh well, it's still a lot of fun. See what I mean? Steamrolled.
What do you want? Keep to the road.
And steamrolled again. So what I guess it comes down to is, would I recommend this game? Yeah, actually I would. I mean, graphically it's good, it's a lot of fun. I would recommend it to people who enjoy World of Warcraft but want better graphics, or are bored of World of Warcraft, or just want something different but similar. I'd recommend it to people who enjoy PvP more than PvE, since the game is pretty much engineered more towards the PvP aspect. I haven't run any dungeons yet, so I can't really comment on those, but I'm sure they're very similar to the way World of Warcraft has their dungeon set up. I mean, what more can you do, really? Overall, I would say this is a pretty solid game, especially since it has this endless free trial thing where basically you can play the first tier of gameplay that's like levels 1 through 10 with the level 10 renown gear that you can get. So basically you can try that out and you don't even have to buy the game. You can just go and download the endless trial, play it. if you like it, subscribe, and then level up past, level 10. It's definitely worth checking the game out because it's a lot of fun, and I think I'm gonna actually subscribe for a little while. I'm surprised at how much they've turned the game around since its horrible, horrible launch. Oh man, it was a disaster of a launch, which is probably why it didn't kill WoW. If it had a launch that went successful without server crashes or poor gameplay due to poorly optimized engine, which now it runs great, but back then, whew, man, even my computer couldn't run it, and I had pretty much top of the line back then. I mean, now it's dated, but back then, whew, there was nothing better. Anyways, I say check the game out.